Hello, Mother Patrice.
Sirrah Hawke, it is good to see you. The shame that Varnell brought his order is most unfortunate.
Oh, cut the shit.
Praise the Maker that you were his champion in that dark place.
No thanks to you, and you know it.
I gave you Varnell.
And a room full of zealots.
He recruited with the promise of Chantry blessing. You weren't going to argue them out of salvation. Varnell stepped too far. But the faithful know that eternity is at stake.
Oh my
Though there
god.
are, perhaps, better ways to go about it.
Oh, she's so awful.
I can't let this go that easy.
Then we are destined to have this argument again. For now, I have made no criminal claims, and even your Viscount considers this matter closed. If he is good at anything, it is doing nothing. I hope you live a long life, Sirrah Hawke, because your judgment before the Maker will be harsh.
Oh.
Sometimes you just know trouble is coming.
Oh, wrong way.
I'm giving it all up. I made a vow to the Chantry, and it was wrong to turn my back.
Sebastian, listen to yourself. You're as impulsive now as the day you turned away from us. Do you think the Maker wants another rashly spoken vow that you'll abandon when the next passion takes you?
I will not...
This is your life, child. Don't spend it being blown about like a weather vane. But here's Hawke. Maybe you can talk some sense into him.
Maybe you should consider letting him live his own life.
I don't think sense is really my strong suit.
How long has she spent telling me to return to the Chantry, and now that I want to, she won't take me?
Oh,
it was
man.
wrong for me to break my oath to the Chantry. I've turned against the Maker. And for what? Why would I want to rule Starkhaven and deal with jackals like Lady Harriman for the rest of my life?
Do you see yourself as a prince? Or a priest?
That's exactly the question I've been praying for guidance about. When I think of going to Starkhaven, calling on allies like Flora Harriman and all the corrupt, scheming nobles, my throat swells shut in horror. When I think about staying, I'm at peace.
If you give it up, what then?
I suppose I must convince Elthina my commitment is sincere. Then I will remain here, to represent the Maker's interests as she thinks best.
You should ask what's best for your people, not just for you.
I do not have hubris enough to imagine it matters to the common people who rules them. Someone will take the reins. The fields will be planted, the crops gathered. No one will notice that a Vale lives and isn't there, and I can devote my life to the Maker's will on Thedas.
I wish there was an option to say it's not really for me to say, you know? It's your own decision, bud.
You're wise to stay here. No one trusts a man who breaks his oath.
I cannot return to Starkhaven and subject my people to war without a clear sign that it's the Maker's will.
So, this relic you lost.
Last bottle of the Egregio. I've been saving it for a special occasion.
And what's that?
The anniversary of my escape. Astia Vala Firmundis. Care to hear the story?
Tell away.
I thought you avoided talking about this.
Not on special occasions.
I'd like that.
Let's see. You've heard of Saharan? The Imperium and the Qunari have fought over the island for centuries now. I was there with Denarius during a Qunari attack. I managed to get him to a ship, but there was no room for a slave. I was left behind. I barely got out of the city alive.
I thought Denarius considered you valuable.
He wasn't given a choice. The look on his face as the ship pulled out was priceless. There are rebels in the Saharan jungles called Fog Warriors. They found me and took me in, nursed me back to health. I stayed with them for a time, until Denarius finally came for me.
This is a moment in Fenris's past I would really like to know more about. His time with the Fog Warriors.
Were you with these Fog Warriors willingly?
I'd grown fond of the rebels. They bowed to no master and fought for their freedom. It was beyond my experience. When Denarius came, they refused to let him take me. He ordered me to kill them. So I did. I killed them all.
Why would you do such a thing?
It felt inevitable. My master had returned and this fantasy life was over. But once it was done, I looked down at their bodies. I felt I couldn't. I ran and never looked back.
Couldn't you have found other Fog Warriors? Become a rebel?
Even if I did, I felt unworthy. I had no way of knowing if I could truly escape from Denarius then. I didn't even know what that meant. I simply had to get away. I stowed aboard a ship to the mainland and moved south, chased by my former master every step of the way.
I have to wonder why you stayed with Denarius as long as you did.
You have not been a slave. A slave does not dream of freedom or wonder at possibilities. You think only of your master's desires and what the next hour will bring. It did not occur to me that I could be anything else until I had a taste of it.
But there are stories of slaves rebelling all the time. They did in Kirkwall.
The ritual that gave me my markings also stripped me of my memory. Whatever I was before may as well have never been. Perhaps if I knew, I might have felt differently.
How well did you know these Fog Warriors?
I knew them only a few months, but in that time, I felt as if I truly lived. They were bold, strong, free with their affections. I was in awe of them and owed them everything. And I turned on them even so.
Didn't Denarius stop you?
The rebels had wounded him. The soldiers he brought attempted to capture me, unsuccessfully. It was weeks before Denarius was able to mount the hunt in earnest, but by then, I was already gone.
This can't be easy to talk about.
I've never spoken about what happened to anyone. I've never wanted to. Perhaps this is what it means to have a friend.
It does indeed.
Perhaps you're right.
Oh, I
To you,
smile.
Hawk, a finer mage I have never met.
Thank you, Fenris. Okay, now let's go to Anders' clinic.
This is the only place in Kirkwall I feel safe.
That's terrible, bud. I wish I could invite you to my place. But unfortunately, that's restricted to romance, and you're just not Dahlia's type.
Have you noticed how many Tranquil are in the gallows courtyard lately? And don't tell me I'm just sensitive to it. I've been watching, and every day there are new Tranquil, selling their bloody wares. Good mages too. People I know past their harrowing.
Are you imagining some sinister plot
Shit,
to turn
I
all
didn't
the
mean to
mages
click
in
that
Kirkwall
one.
tranquil?
I'm not imagining it. The Templars are using the right of tranquility to silence those who speak against them. They're working on a deliberate plan to turn every mage in Kirkwall within the next 3 years.
Who's behind this?
The plan is the work of a Templar named Sir Ulrich. I've had a run-in with him myself. He's the one who did the ritual on Karl. Nasty piece of work. Likes to make mages beg.
Well, let's make him beg for his fucking life.
What happened between you and Sir Ulrich?
I've been involved with an underground resistance. Mages living free in Kirkwall who help others escape. I can't tell you any more, for your sake and theirs. You have too much involvement with the Guard and nobility. Suffice it to say, I've been in the gallows. I've seen his work firsthand.
What else do you know about Sir Ulrich?
The Knight Commander is at least sincere in her convictions. However misguided, she believes she's helping people. Sir Ulrich's a sadist. Cold-blooded as a lizard. He likes to experiment on mages. Find out what it takes to push them into the arms of demons.
How do we stop them?
My friends in the Mage Underground know a way inside. A secret entrance under the walls of the gallows. Come with me tonight, please. Help me find the evidence of Sir Ulrich's Tranquil Solution.
What do you mean, Tranquil Solution?
That's what he calls it. His idea of a peaceful solution to the mage problem. To sunder the mind of every mage in the free marches. I'm told he's bringing his proposal to Val Royeaux, to the Divine herself. He would turn every mage in Thedas into a drooling simpleton under his command.
If this plot exists, it must be exposed.
I am honored by your trust. I'm ready to go when you are. Our entrance is concealed not far from here.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, I used the console to get the champion armor, because I figure, well, why not? I want it, and why not? So, yeah, forgot to mention that, sorry. But, should be better for fighting now. A little bit more protection.
I'll make you cry for your mother!
Very bad for my morale. I'm fond of a little dirt now and then, but was this really necessary?
This is it. This tunnel will take us into the gallows. Are you ready to help me find evidence of the Tranquil Solution?
Let's go.
I can't quite place why I feel so uncomfortable with Anders calling it the Tranquil Solution. Like, there's something in my memory that is poking at that name. Maybe because it sounds too much like the whole final solution thing, which is, I mean, ugh. Let's not go there. I really hope it's just coincidence and not trying to co-opt that pain. But, wouldn't put it past BioWare, considering these are the same people that literally named the Dalish Long Walk after the real-life Long Walk, so...
That's how it's done. Someone needs a good spanking!
How about you?
You know, while we're talking about it, I suppose there's also a parallel to the Underground Railroad with the Mage Underground. But I just feel like those parallels are weaker when they're not coming from characters of color.
I'm right here! Hit me!
Oh, I'm good.
For the people!
and when they're not written by people of color.
Smugglers built these tunnels to service the Templars who crave the stuff.
Oh, Enders can level up.
Get back! Let's finish this! Cry for your mother!
I know I say this every fucking fight, but I hate when the bad guys take potions.
That's enough! Gotcha!
No, please. I haven't done anything wrong.
That's a lie. What do we do to mages who lie?
I just wanted to see my mum. No one ever told her where they were taking me.
No. No, this is their place. We cannot...
So, you admit your attempted escape? You know what happens to mage girls who don't toe the line around here, don't you?
Please, no! Don't make me Tranquil. I'll do anything.
That's right. Once you're Tranquil, you'll do anything I ask.
Get your hands off her!
You fiends will never touch a mage again.
Disgusting piece of shit.
Go down!
Fucking eat it.
I'd run if I were you! I'm getting overwhelmed!
Let's finish this!
Ah! That hits the spot! There will be no mercy!
Not doing anything!
Oh shit! I was not paying attention to my party! Oh no!
I think I broke every...
They will die! I will have every last Templar for these abuses.
It's over, Anders. They're all dead.
Every one of them will feel justice's burn.
Get away from me, demon!
I am no demon. Are you one of them, that you would call me such?
Anders, that girl is a mage. We rescued her from being made Tranquil.
She is theirs, I can feel their hold on her.
She's the reason you're fighting Anders. Don't turn on her now.
Please, Messer.
Baker, no. I almost... If you weren't here... I need to get out of here.
Ah, this letter.
You saved my life, Messer. What was that thing? He's no demon. Just a deeply troubled man. Can I go home now? Find your parents, but don't stay there. You must leave Kirkwall.
I know. There's nowhere in the city where Sir Ulrich's men won't find me. Thank you, Messer. Andraste herself must have put you in that room.
There are still many. How do you suppose the Quinari scratch their heads with those horns in the way?
Why do you think I would?
Hey, Aldina, I fucking got something to show you.
I think you should see these papers.
Sir Ulrich, where did you get these? He was murdered in the gallows not a few days ago.
What about his plan?
Sir Ulrich made a suggestion, yes. But we turned him down. The right of tranquility has always been a last resort. It has saved lives, but it is not without its costs. If you'll excuse me.
It's really interesting that her response is different if you see her before or after Sir Ulrich is killed. I have a post on it on my blog. I'll see if I can remember to reblog it after I finish playing Radier, so it's more recent. But she's so full of bullshit, saying, "Oh, it's just a final tactic. We don't use it unless as a last resort." Like, we fucking know otherwise.
Trash. Trash. Keep. Trash. Trash. Won't be needing that anymore.
Oh, he sounds like me going through all my old art.
This is all Sir Ulrich had. Looks like the Tranquil Solution began and ended with him.
Let me see that. The Divine rejected the idea. Meredith rejected the idea. This was not what I expected. Perhaps I should try talking to the Grand Cleric. Maybe she's more reasonable than I thought. Thank you. I will think on what you've said.
What are you doing?
Putting out milk. I miss having a cat around. But I think the refugees have scared them all off. Or maybe eaten them. You know, I've been meaning to thank you. Having someone like you making a name for yourself in Kirkwall. It's done a lot for mages. You're the kind of leader we need. To tell the world we won't be punished any longer for our Maker-given gifts.
I will not stand by while the Templars hunt and murder our people.
I can't tell you how reassuring that is. Sometimes, you're the only reason I don't think I'm crazy. When you still believed in me after I almost killed that poor girl. I knew you meant it. You wouldn't say it just to make me feel better. You make me think I can really do this. Lead a revolution.
We'll do it together, bud.
I didn't realize you were planning anything that big.
No small change would address the injustice that mages face. The Chantry itself must be overturned. There will always be mages born in Thedas. but Templars are made by men. And they can be unmade.
Why does this matter so much to you?
Why do you think your parents gave up everything to keep you and your sister out of the Circle? In the Circle, they tell you day and night that magic is sin. A mark on your soul of the Maker's hatred. But for all the talk of demons, the most common death I saw for a mage was suicide.
Fuck, I fucking believe it.
Together, we'll win this fight.
Your faith inspires me. Sometimes, I fear I cannot do this. Not while I struggle against this vengeance inside me. But I know you won't let me lose myself to him. I can't go on like this.
Speaking of the gallows, let's go pay them a visit.
Do Dalish honestly not recognize the difference between demons and beneficial spirits?
The Harbour Master's
We've
office
never
will
thought
be
of the Fade as the home of our gods. The Viscount will not store raw lyrium in the keep. Why do so many mages insist on running away? Well, this is cheerful.
Ah, my young friend. You've returned. I must sound like a chanter, since I know you've heard me say this before, but are you perhaps interested in a small job? I am still in need of a few rare ingredients that, well, I have to admit, are difficult to obtain.
Let me know what you need, and I'll see what I can do.
Wonderful. I'll write up a list for you.
No promises.
Brilliant. I'm amazed that you found her.
Yes, they found us. I'm sure you're not surprised. After you turned us away.
Message for you.
About bloody time. We'll deliver the cargo soon as we've unloaded the Antivan Queen.
Where else did we end up?
I've been searching for you ever.
Orc, the new scion of the Amel family. Congratulations. Anyway, what can I do for you?
Is there anything I can help the Templars with?
Oh, you're kind to offer, but after what happened with Tirani 3 years ago, the Knight Commander has closed ranks. Our own men undergo weekly questioning, and she's eliminated all work with outsiders. It's hard to keep recruitment up enough to maintain our numbers.
Oh, that's some positive news.
Everyone seems concerned about the Qunari. What's the Templar stance?
They are heathens. They will stop at nothing less than the eradication of the Chantry. But we can't know the immediate goals of the Qunari in Kirkwall. Should it come to open conflict, we are the largest army in the city. We will be the ones to lead its defense.
Really important to take note that he calls the Templars a fucking army. Ugh. Oh, can I show him these?
Your Sir Ulrich was working on a plan to turn all mages tranquil.
I will not ask how you came by the personal effects of a man recently murdered within our own walls. It's true there has been some discussion of the idea, but as you can see, it has gone no further than that.
You expect us to believe that?
Believe what you like, mage. The harrowing has served us well enough for centuries. It will be up to mages themselves whether they push us to more stringent measures.
Fuck you.
It sounds like you support this.
The Tranquil ritual was created as a mercy so that mages need not be killed out of hand for a threat they might pose. There is an argument to be made for applying it more widely.
Fuck
Are you going to listen to this? He's no better than Sir Ulrich.
No, he really
Do you think
isn't.
it's easy to contain a mage who truly wants to deal with demons? We have done our best. But many mages have made it clear they view the ritual as no better than death. They want no controls on them at all.
I was just leaving.
Make her watch over you.